Hey Spuddies, Potato McWhiskey here, and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 6 as Elizabeth of England. We're having a great time. We're building a couple of wonders. We're building a few things. I'm actually going to switch away from the Colossus. I want to get the commercial hub instead. I'm probably not going to rush out my markets. I just want to get the actual commercial hubs built because it's just a ton of extra gold. Now, the other question is, do we want to make use... Let me see. A commercial hub is 122 production, whereas a settler is 140. I actually think with my current gold income, it might be better if I do a round of settlers across my empire. I'll probably go commercial hub into settler in my capital, just so these other cities will be able to build the cheaper settlers first. Yeah, I think something like that totally makes sense. We need to think about a couple of key points we want to get to here. One of them is getting to shipyards, so that's going to be a key part of our game plan. And one of them is getting to banks, also getting to cartography if we want to do any sort of domination, but also just gold from fishing boats. So getting to mass production here, that involves getting a lumber mill. So we need to think about how we're going to get to construction. We're getting to construction through the wheel. We also need to build quarries. So there's kind of a few domains and directions and stuff that we have to do before we can get there. I'm going to hold on to this thingy here. I think I'm tempted to settle on the ivory, and I'm sad that I haven't found a single quarryable resource. We'll have to kind of figure that out as well as time goes on. I would like to do a little bit of settling over here. You know, the universe is kind of aligning itself towards me, and we're going to have a huge science boost next era, which is a bit of a double-edged sword, right? Because if we boost our way through this, through the science tree, that means all of our districts are getting more expensive. We are going to go for feudalism so that our builders are more expensive. If I'm going to buy another builder, it should be now. And if I'm going to buy another builder, it will be now because I need to chomp out my government plaza next. We can also get another great admiral, and then I want to see what I can sell off. I'm going to sell off my iron, a little bit of cash, sell off my horses for a little bit of cash. I'm going to purchase my Diplo favor. Oh yes, people are still selling it for the cheap. And we're going to go ahead and take the researcher promotion on Pingala just to give me that +7 science per turn from the +1 science per population. Pingala is almost always just the correct choice, because he just gives you so much early game science and culture. It just gives you so much potential. Oh, I already had a builder. Well, now I have an extra. We could trade with Candy. Most importantly, trading with Candy would offer me an opportunity to get a trading post in 56 turns, which would open up further trading opportunities over here on this side of the world. I need to go find more about Hong Kong, and I think I'm going to go ahead and send my Great Admiral in that direction to try to reveal all that information. Now, we could also trade with Candy again. I'm already suzerain of Hattusa and Mogadishu. I don't need to push that. It would be nice to start working on suzerainty of Candy, mostly just because having suzerainty of city-states is valuable. Let's say, yeah, so we'll kind of work on that. Every time we send them a trade route, we get +1 envoy with them. Envoys are valuable. Envoys are useful. We want as many of them as we can get. There's the wheel. We're up to 200 gold per turn, which is honestly fantastic. And there's still 13 to 33 turns left in this era. So we are doing really great. So we don't care too much about these boosts anymore. I will want to build a watermill. I'm going to go ahead and gold purchase that to boost construction. We'll make our way towards construction for the watermill. I would like to build... I want to boost this by building my government plaza. So we're kind of on that train. Oh yeah, you were heading up this way because I was going to change. I was going to move around how I was going to... Yeah, there's kind of there's a lot of information bouncing around into my head, and I'm just trying really hard to get it all out. You know what I mean? That's the struggle that I'm having right now. Let's go ahead and chop this tile. That'll finish the commercial hub a turn sooner. Then we can place the government plaza. Boom. We will finish this, go straight for that. Perfect. We found the cliffs at Dover. Probably didn't need to find them right now, but I'll accept it. It's fine. There's our first high adjacency commercial hub. This is just the giga. We definitely didn't need to build a lighthouse. I was overly cautious, I think. So I'm going to send you up here to get, I think this is going to be the turtle place. And then this is turtle place. This is whale place. Oh no, it can't be whale place. Okay, so this needs to be whale place. Right. Let's hire an archer from the Quiet Fox clan, and then we'll send that archer into the water. Archery has been researched. I want to get this tribal village, although not yet. I'm going to put you on auto explore, but the map is getting super explored. I'm very happy with that. Hanno the Navigator recruit. What do you do? Creates a naval melee unit with +2 movement. That's perfect. I can go ahead and use him to explore. I have another governor title. I'm going to hold it for the Elves of Minerva. We're about to get feudalism. We're going to head towards recorded history. Awesome. Settlers are popping out in a couple of turns. That's all good news. Let's go ahead and drop the first industry over here in Manchester. That's going to start getting us even more great merchant points. Mali is in the game, so they're running away with the great merchant points right now, but we are going to want to compete for those if we can. I definitely want to level up my spearmen if I can, so I'll go ahead and make that attack. And you're just going to go ahead and auto-explore. You've got 6 movement, so you'll do a good job. Step up here and then start clearing these bad boys out. We are back, baby. Nice one. We got a settler out. We actually would rather use this galley to protect the settler. I'm going to send him into there. I am going to do a little bit of a maneuver here. I'm going to move you to the left. I'm going to take the promotion for thrust. You're going to be here to clear this and you're going to kill him. Perfect. And then we'll set up maybe a city in here. This could be a Petra city. I actually do think that this is a Petra city. This is a fantastic Petra city long term. I'm thinking of settling on the Ivory. If I settle the Ivory, I can get started on a Royal Navy dockyard. I have a really good commercial hub. There's the potential for a Petra here. And then I can do an aqueduct like this, and then an industrial zone like this, theoretically a campus. This is like the perfect city in my opinion, right? These are the 4 districts that I want to be building in this particular game to achieve my aims. Obviously I need the harbor and the commercial hub, right? That provides me with my gold, provides me with my production, provides me with my trade routes. That's like how I scale. Then I want my industrial zones. Oh, also the commercial hub provides me culture equal to the adjacency of the commercial hub. Then I want the industrial zones so that I can do the late game project that gives me diplomatic favor. And then I want a little bit of science so I can get through the tech tree a little bit quicker. So that's kind of the structure of the build that I'm going for. I don't actually want to get a suzerainty right now. So I'm just going to put a point into Hong Kong to improve my relationship with them. That'll be +1 production in the capital when I'm building buildings. I should really do a review of the envoy missions. So mostly trade routes with these 2. Encampment, Eureka for engineering. So engineering, I believe, is aqueducts, and that is building ancient walls. So I should build ancient walls before the era ends. Can I do that? I can't get it in here. I can't get it in here. I can get it in here in the capital. So I'll delay my settler. And the reason that I want to do that is because if I finish this mission before the era ends, they will give me a new mission when the era ticks over. These guys also want to boost for Eureka for horseback riding. I don't have a pasture that I can easily improve right now, so I'm just going to have to accept that. By researching horseback riding, I will make this mission invalid, and then they will have to give me a new mission. Inspiration for drama and poetry. Can I come here and research that? I'm not going to build a wonder in time for the end of the era. So if I research drama and poetry, and then switch back over to feudalism, I can reset these missions and potentially get more envoys in the long term. So this is just kind of like, this is if you're really trying to manage city-state stuff, that's the kind of things that you can do to make it more advantageous for yourself. Okay, let's go ahead and, do I want to disperse or do I want to wait? I think I'll wait to disperse here. I've got 1,000 gold in the bank. I'm going to buy myself another archer in Birmingham. I'm going to buy a scout in Manchester, so I can send him to go maybe grab some of these tribal villages in the next era. That's going to be part of my game plan. We don't really have very good improvable tiles as it currently stands in my empire, so I'm going to have to just like play by ear and be careful. Let's pop down the turtles. That's going to be a 15% science boost in this city. We are going to want to think about maybe getting a campus in here if this is going to have the hosting the turtles. I think that would be a good move. Yeah, that feels right to me. Ooh, something to consider is actually maybe Mausoleum is better in this city. Now that I think about it, Mausoleum might actually be better over in Birmingham because it has the reef. The Mausoleum gives you science from the water. This gives you a 15% science boost, so it makes that go further. So I think it'll be a little bit more optimal if I do it in Birmingham. That just feels true to me. And honestly, like we were talking about the last episode, right? If I feel something, it must be true. And therefore it has to affect you. No, for real. But I actually, I really appreciated like people's comments on that last video where I was talking about like, what is your experience trying to get people to like hear that your feelings exist? And it was super interesting to hear some of the responses. Some of it leaned a little bit in the old manosphere direction. That's, you know what guys? Listen, we're all on our journey, okay? Here's the thing. Some of you guys out there, you discovered the manosphere, you know, red pill, whatever, pickup artistry. You discovered that shit at a vulnerable moment in your life, and they were offering you answers, okay? I want you to re-examine. I want you to just think about this. Why did you discover that stuff, you know? And why did it appeal to you? Because I think there's a lot of scam artistry out there. People, they create a set of behaviors and ideals that work in the short term, but are fundamentally flawed. I think there's a lot of argumentation about like what it means to be a real man. And I've also actually recently discovered that there's like a womanosphere. Like, how do I describe this? Like, you know how the manosphere is all like, you got to be a real man, you got to like blah, 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 certain traditional expectations, all this sort of stuff. And I think the reason that we have that is because There are questions that we have as a society that we are not very good at answering, nor are we ready to answer them. And what I mean by that is traditional roles made life very simple. And now that we broke down those traditional roles, people don't know what to be. We weren't given the template when we were growing up, right? And we haven't quite figured it out. So I think there's a whole like post-modern conception of what it means to be a man, to be masculine, to be a woman, to be feminine, to be elegant, to be so on and so forth. And the problem with that is these are actually really interesting and important discussions, but the problem is it is a space filled with scammers. So I really want you guys to consider very carefully who is giving you the information, what their motivations are. If somebody is giving you information for profit, right? If big red flag, biggest red flag, and this is just fundamentally true. You can disagree with me. You can think I'm wrong. I don't care. I super don't care. I just know I'm right. What I'm about to say is fundamentally true, and everyone who has any experience in these things is going to agree with me. People who are selling you, people are telling you that they are a thing and have a financial incentive in you believing that they are that thing, i.e. they are selling a course. If they're selling a course, for example, on how to be that thing, fundamentally do not have your best interests at heart. Really high value people like myself, we give away our time and energy to people for free, but we don't give it away to everyone, right? I had a lady contact me recently. Her name was Alexa, and she was like, "Hey, I want to get into content creation." And 95 to 90% of these kind of messages I get, I don't respond to them. But I am always willing to help people out. If you DM me on Twitter, most of you get a response. If you DM me on Discord, most of you get a response, because I understand that my perspective, my opinions, my experience is valuable to people. And one of the ways that experience's value gets realized is when I share it with people. And I tailor the information and the knowledge that I have to their needs, okay? It's the same reason that I tutor my nephew. I haven't been doing that recently, but it's the same reason I tutored my nephew for months. It's the same reason I helped my niece study for her exams. You know, it's the same reason I help people out who are close to me, because I have the capacity to do so, and I'm a person who likes to add value to things. People who are selling you something are not adding value to you. They are taking value from you, and they have a vested interest in making you believe something that may or may not be true, but they want you to be hooked into it, and they're preying on your insecurities. So be very, very careful listening to people who have a financial incentive in you listening to their worldview. Very careful, okay? That is just a fundamentally true thing. There's people who are going to disagree with me in the comments. They're going to talk about Andrew Tate. They're going to talk about the pickup artistry community. They'll talk about a whole wide range of stuff that is just total scam artistry, okay? And for the ladies here, this also exists in lady spaces. Be careful, okay? Not everyone has your best interests at heart. And it would behoove you to pay attention to that fact. Now, okay, that was a little bit of a rant. I could probably talk about that a little bit more. I feel like this is a space. And the thing about that is I discovered like the pickup artistry, the red pill community when I was 18, okay? I'm 31 right now. I'm going on 32. That was 14, 15, maybe 13 years ago, somewhere in that region. I've already been through this lumber mill. I've already been through this wood chipper. I know exactly how and why and which parts of it actually does work. And the stuff that does work is everything about the internal game. You got to figure out yourself. You got to figure out who you are. Stop letting people tell you what being a man is. You decide what being a man is. You get to choose. If you think being a man is wearing makeup and being silly and having a good time, guess what? That's being a man. That is a choice you make. You shape the world with your beliefs, okay? And it does not matter what other people believe about what you do. If you are living your true, authentic self without delusion, hopefully so, okay? It's about being comfortable with who you are and expressing your true desire to interact with the world. Anyway, we got a little bit real there, so I'm going to go ahead and take free inquiry because I want commercial hubs and harbors to give me gold adjacency as signs, which is going to be real nice. It's going to be like 10 signs per city. I also want to take pen, brush, and voice because that's going to be +1 culture for each specialty district. Also, the extra 10% boost to these things. I'm not going to take Exodus, but I am going to take Monumentality because this will be a 30% cheaper to purchase with gold for my thingies, which is why I've been stockpiling my gold for quite a few turns, which also means now we can actually plug out colonization because we're not going to be building settlers, we're going to be buying them, and we will instead be plugging in a different card in the near future, but I don't know what that card will be. Let's go ahead and get God King. For now, I guess that's fine. I could go for builders. I'm going to build my builders. Maybe it would be good to be able to buy tiles cheaper. It seems like a good use of my gold. I have a governor title here. We're going to go ahead and take ritual. It's a little bit early to take it, but sometimes it's good to just make sure that I have it. And we need to think about how are we going to get to banking. So I need to get the guild civic. Let's click on banking, okay? Banking and mass production. These two things are like our next goal. So let's start to construct a game plan that we can get to these things. So we need to build a lumber mill. Well, in order to build lumber mills, we can build a lumber mill. So we need to find a forest, ding, 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 that we can build a lumber mill on. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and try and get a lumber mill there. Next turn, we will get feudalism, so we can start purchasing builders. Okay, so lumber mill, what else? We got to build 3 mines. All right, I can do that in the capital. So we got 1, 2, 3. 3 mines in the capital. In fact, I only need 2, so I'll pop these down. I may as well pop down a bunch of mines in the capital. That will boost apprenticeship. I'm going to finish mathematics. What else? Let's make sure we click on mass production again. Earn a great scientist. I could theoretically buy a great scientist. Nope, that's 9,000 gold. So we're just going to accept that we can't do that one. Build a classical era or later wonder. That's going to be the great lighthouse in the capital that I'm immediately going to get to work on here. And then I'll come back for something like, ooh, I should really do Ancestral Hall. So I'm in what I call the crunch, okay? We're in a crunch right now. And by that, what I mean is it is a production crunch. We don't have enough production and resources to do everything that we need to do. So we need to prioritize very carefully. Buttress would be nice to do. I'm going to go ahead and research mathematics. I'm going to research military tactics. I'm going to buy a builder next turn. So let's talk about banking now. Now we need to get guilds. So what does guilds require? Build 2 markets. We can do that easily. Grow a city to 10 population. We're not too far off the capital on that front. We also need recorded history, build 2 campuses. So we're probably not going to do that. So we'll go straight for recorded history after this and then see where we stand at that moment. One thing we should totally do is go for military training. I'm actually going to go ahead and do that right now. Right after feudalism, because we want the veterancy promotion, which gives us a 30% production boost towards harbour districts, and harbour district buildings. So perfect. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff that just went on there in my brain. I really feel activated right now. Like I talked about my almonds being activated. They're fucking on fire right now. These almonds, dude. So, a city over here feels like it would claim an awful lot of really good fishing stuff. Yeah, this feels good to me. If I settle here, I can get a harbour right there. That's a +5. Then I can get a +5 commercial hub. That's a +3 commercial hub. Yeah, this feels like a good move. And then this is a decent campus. Is there a better campus nearby? This is a better campus nearby. Okay. And then we just want the industrial zone. Welp. Not a very good industrial zone in this city, so we might just leave it at these 3. But yeah, that's going to be the goal here, is to get over there. So I'll send a settler in that direction. What else was I talking about? I don't remember. I had some, yeah. So like we just constructed a game plan, basically, is what I was saying. And I was trying to show you how to put together a game plan. I was also trying to protect you from predatory people. So I'm mostly trading with the money city-states. So I want trade city-states to be boosted here. I'm willing to bet like 3 votes. I'm willing to bet 4 votes on that. Then when it comes to duplicate luxuries, I think it would be nice if whales gave extra. So I will put another 3 votes on whales. People might vote that down. We shall see. It's probably pretty important for me to win this vote, so I might actually have put more in, but it looks like turtles got blocked, which sucks. Losing both of these is going to really slow down my diplomatic victory, so I might want to maybe transition into something different. We did just get feudalism, so we have access to the feudal contract, serfdom, and farm improvements. We didn't build any farms, so that doesn't particularly matter. I'm going to go ahead and take out land surveyors. I'm going to plug in serfdom. I'm going to take out discipline. Needs to stay in for now, I think, so we'll go ahead and just keep this as it stands. Now in London, I'm going to go ahead and gold purchase a builder, and yeah, we're churning along. Yeah, but I've noticed that there seems to be, wow, why would you settle there, you fucking jerk? You're so far away, Babylon. This is where I wanted to go. Baffling. I definitely want to get the silver island over here. Very frustrating. Let's upgrade that slinger to get the boost for machinery. You move that way. And yeah, I think generally we've got a game plan that makes sense. It's all cohesive. It all fits together in a way that makes sense to my brain. Go ahead and blast. Haven't quite figured out where I want to put this city, so I'm tempted to grab myself a scout to go help out with that. You go there and heal. You're waiting adjacent. You're my scout admiral. Scout admiral's incredibly useful, by the way. Let's go ahead and pop down a mine. So we need 1 more mine to get the boost for apprenticeship. I think I'm going to switch away from apprenticeship for a turn, go for mathematics into apprenticeship. Found a tribal village. We could recruit a swordsman. It's a very cheap swordsman, actually, so it is worth it, I think, to add these kind of things to your empire. So more and more city-states should start appearing, and we should start thinking about how we're going to colonize. There's mathematics. We do have the Petra potential. I do think it would be nice to recruit Magnus in this city. We're definitely going to do a pretty heavy investment in here in the near future. I think maybe it's time to do it now. Let's go ahead and build a builder, and we'll go ahead and start investing. Not much in the way of investment in Manchester, but I think a single builder in this area could do work, so we'll go ahead and do that. Now I need to start thinking about settlers and claiming land. So that's going to be the next big old step for me. About where exactly do I want to set these up. I think there's a city here for sure. There's a city here getting the Royal Navy dockyards. There's definitely a commercial hub here. There's a really nice campus right there. That feels good to me. We don't necessarily need campuses, but it's something that we can make work. Let's go for, not medieval fairs, sorry. We wanted to go for recorded history, and then we want to go for civil service, and we want to get guilds. I need to build my 2 markets soon. So what is Manchester's 3rd district going to be? It's not going to be the Diplo Quarter. It's not going to be, it could be an encampment. Encampment is a good move. All religions are not gone, but I don't think we can make that work. There is a decent +3 campus in this city. We could go for the campus. We don't need the campus right now. We can delay that. We could get the encampment, which would make us friends with Ayutthaya, and getting suzerainty of Ayutthaya could be really powerful for us long term. I actually can't clear marsh, so I'm going to go ahead and stop back for irrigation real quick before I finish apprenticeship, which honestly suits me because then I can start to clear out these tiles. We did just finish the Ancestral Hall, so settling cities is now way more valuable because we get a free builder in those cities. The city is running up against its growth limit, so I'm going to get the granary to allow that to continue to happen. It looks like we did in fact lose the lighthouse, which is fine, but I'm going to go and see if I can finish the Colossus in Manchester first. I have a governor title. I think we want to go for Magnus. We're going to appoint Magnus in Liverpool. We're going to do a round of like improving things like Wales and stuff like that first, and then we'll come back in and then look to chop out the Petra once the city actually has tiles that it can work. So we're starting to develop a thing. So the reason that we picked Magnus is because he gives us that 50% yield from plot harvests and feature removals, which is very handy. I think one of the things I really want to get better at is kind of slowing down slightly and really talking about the whys and the wheres and hows of my decision making. Now, we've got an envoy here. It's really quite important to me that I get suzerainty of Naval. Oh my God, thank you very much. That is +2 era score and an insane amount of culture. So the reason that Namadol is super poggers, right, is because it gives you your districts on or next to coast or lake tiles provide +2 culture. That is literally all of my districts, okay? That means I'm getting 2 culture for my city center, I'm getting 2 culture for my harbor, I'm getting 2 culture for my commercial hub, I'm getting 2 culture for my government plaza. I'm actually making more culture than I was. Science, and my science, I'm getting that science equal to the adjacency of these districts. Now, one thing that I also really need to get a hold of is naval tradition. I'm actually going to go ahead and beeline that now because that should totally be plugged in. It represents an insane amount of gold, like better than caravanseries levels of gold. I got 3,000 gold in the bank. I don't want to buy a settler in London. I think I will buy them in London and Birmingham. But before I can do that, I really need to just go around the map and find barb camps that I can buy units that are actually capable of fighting. Where's all my barb camps? Ooh, a caravel hire. Now that's a little bit of a spicy decision we made there. Hire a swordsman here. So we're going to go try to claim this island over here. I would like to maybe try to claim some cities up in and around here. And the caravel is going to help with that. So let's start gold purchasing settlers 1 and 2 and 3. And we buy that tile. Excellent. Where's my next mine? I'll pop down that mine. Perfect. Apprenticeship got boosted. That means +1 production from all of our mines as well. Let's clear that camp. It's within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles of a city. So it will provide a nice benefit. Let's go ahead and buy the tile for Wales here. We would definitely want to be working these. But we want to be working the high food tiles first, actually, because that'll allow the city to grow. And the more growth that the city has, the more production it'll be able to work when we actually build the Petra. So growth now, production later. That's kind of the goal. All right, there's apprenticeship. Perfect. Let's go ahead and step here to clear that tribal village. We're going to clear this barb camp. Excellent. We're already stonking away on really good era score. So mass production, we need that lumber mill. We were going to get buttress. It's going to be unboosted. We're making so much science, it doesn't even matter. Lumber mill was here. We'll do that. There's mass production boosted. The reason that we want to boost that is because it's a huge amount of science, right? 50% of this tech, right? Whatever that 700, or it's 300 science it's worth. Super good. We got granary in here. We do want to build the market, particularly for guilds. So we will finish that. I'm going to gold purchase a market in here to help us finish to get guilds boosted. So why are you growing so slowly? I mean, you have good surplus food. It just takes a while to grow, I guess. Maybe the chopping of jungle will help get you to that 10 population limit. All right, let's buy some tiles. You got 2 pop. Make sure you're working those 3 food tiles. Would love that 4 food tile. I don't want to spend too much gold in my cities. You're in position. So this one is heading west. These two are heading west, and it'll be guarded by this caravel. It's going to be the objective. Caravel will try to, make him get over here. Any of my galleys nearby that I can bring home? Oh, no, the closest ones are quite far away, unfortunately. So, commercial hub in Birmingham is complete, but we're going to go ahead and get started on the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus because they really want that wonder. The Mausoleum is fantastic. It gives you +1 science, +1 faith, and +1 culture on all coastal tiles in this city. In addition to that, it gives you an extra charge on your great engineers, and we will be making use of some great engineers this game, ideally. So both of those kind of align really nicely. It means all of these nice water tiles will have really high value and yields. There is a question, do we want to go for the water mill first? It would be a 12% increase in the production of this city, which is honestly not bad. So let's do it. It'll come out roughly as a wash for the mausoleum, but it also gives me +1 Definitely want to get a lumber mill on that tile to give the city slightly more production in the short term. We might eventually get rid of that lumber mill, but that's fine. It's not the end of the world. So I need to think about how my settlers are getting over here, and they do have to kind of go a little bit of a spooky route. So we'll do that. I also need to get suzerainty of Hattusa back, which is going to involve some trading stuff. Yeah, I kind of have to do like a weird little leapfrog. I don't want to settle this tundra. I might settle this island, although it's really close to Canada, so maybe not. Let's make sure we get our friendships. We don't want people to declare war on us, so get our friendships, send our delegations. We need to start thinking about our Diplo quarter, where we want to build it, how we want to build it, what we want to build it about, all that sort of stuff. Right, we have recruited Himiros, who grants bonuses to units. Use them to explore, may as well. Okay, he's pretty happy with me. I don't know why. Pop down another city. Thank you very much. There's Plymouth for a settlement on this continent. And we also have a little bit of a barb problem here. Let's make sure we place the Royal Navy Dockyard. That's going to be the first district we almost always want to get. We want to get monuments first. We would like to have a high production tile like this iron here to work too. So I'm going to go ahead and improve that. Got my scout here. Pop down a little mine for the city. So London's production is starting to look good. We've got 30 production in here, 10% boost. I should actually totally look for more luxuries. And I'm also going to go ahead and just start buying Diplo favor that's under like 10 gold per turn. I'm not going to do it all the time, but I was going to buy like a bit, just a little bit. I'm really hoping that I can find Auckland this game. I think it would be super, super fun to have Auckland in this game because I would like to see all the big coastal yields. I don't know, man. It would feel really good. This is going to be like a classic Potato McWhiskey series where we do, we hit all the notes. We got, oh, dude, we made an amazing Petra. We made the amazing this, that, the other. I can feel it in my bones. I can feel it in my toes. We have a really good game coming for a variety of reasons. I'm going to go ahead and finish that monument. How much of a chomp is this worth? 45 production. Let's buy a builder in here. We're going to get the city up and running because we want that Petra. What are you doing? You're ruining my vibes, my dude. Hey, we found the Galapagos. That is pretty neat. Pretty neat indeed. Too bad. I think it's too close to Macedon for me to really make use of it. And the loyalty over here is kind of too crazy. Canada's in a golden age. If maybe we could get another golden age and keep them out of a golden age, we might be able to make this work. The idea has potential. I'm going to go ahead and just chop here, because that'll finish the monument faster and grow the city quickly. We need to get to cartography so we can embark across oceans, and then we need to get to square rigging so that we can have extra movement for our embarked units. But we're really, really close to mass production. I'm probably going to go maybe mass production into cartography and then over to banking. Maybe I should rush banking. These are pretty expensive, 290 production. I think I would rather get the shipyard first because of the serious amount of production that this represents. It'll also be a good time to actually come in here. And have I researched naval tradition? I have. So we want to plug in harbor adjacency, and I'm going to plug that in over caravanseries because that's actually worth science right now. So that's an extra 10 science per turn, which is pretty damn respectable. Taking a look at the city of Manchester, we need to think about that third district once again. It could be a campus. I don't need a campus. That's the thing. An encampment this game could be handy to have, especially because it would give me a mission here. I definitely want to build a catapult and a horseman. So I haven't yet unlocked catapults. I think I can go unlock them really quick and we will get to work on that bad boy. Now let's have a look. Let's grab recorded history. We'll grab theology. We'll grab recorded history for the governor title, grab theology for the envoy. We need to start thinking about our tier 2 government. I feel like Merchant Republic fits us really well this game. Plus 10% gold in all cities with an established governor, 15% production towards districts. This will help us with our expansion, help us with a whole bunch of things. So that's the direction we're going to head. I would really like to plug in the better harbour construction stuff, but we're not really building many harbours right now. I should totally get Liang and appoint them in Birmingham. This is the Liang city for sure. I'm going to be building a lot of fisheries and working a lot of these coastal tiles. I am, however, going to call that the end of this episode, the end of the video. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.